The Manc Talk, we are here, we're back in... Yeah, man, Steve.
The city is ours, the city is ours. Fuck off back to Stretford and take your shit scarves.
I'm the pillow.
The Derby Day cushion belongs to me.
Listen,
now.
I need this, man, you know what I mean? It belongs to me.
You need that, get your look down.
Oh, man, you know what, man? It's just same old feeling, innit?
4-1, innit?
4-1, man. You did say it.
I told you when we walked around the Etihad, I said to you, I've got a feeling we owe you one here. And do you know what, mate? When the family stand is doing the Poznan, you know,
that's when you know, man.
You know that life's
That's when you know, mate. That's when you know.
Smoke bombs going off in the family stand,
mate. You know what it was, yeah? It's, for me, when I see the Tunnel Club and the corporate seats, that's when you know something's going down, man.
Yeah, when the Prawn Sandwich Brigade are doing the Poznan, you know it's peak.
You know what I mean? And they're not stuck in
the United end was empty.
Gone. We've had enough. We've had enough. We've had enough, people.
Have you finally had enough now?
You know what?
For me, in a derby, right, Manchester derby like that,
yeah,
you at least go out on your knees with a bit of pride.
Of course.
If you walk out of that stadium and you've been beat 4-1, but your boys have give everything and been beat by a better team, I think you can handle that. But when you've got people like Wan-Bissaka, he got knocked all over the place, Phil Foden. You've got people like Harry Hotpoint Maguire.
You know what? That's disrespect to hot points, man. You know what I mean? There's disrespect to fridges because they have a purpose, man. You know
fridges do have a purpose.
Fridges do have a purpose, man. Maguire has no purpose, so stop. You know, disrespecting fridges out there. You know what I mean? You've got
Le Pioche, Le Magnifique, Le Pog Boom, Le Pog Shit. At the end of the day, I told you, Big Steve, he hates Pogba. Big Steve Souness. Hey, I'm talking facts. I'm talking facts. This guy had the audacity to call.
It's bad timing, man.
Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah. To call Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin, I don't know if Kevin heard you, but
probably
he
did.
Rammed them words right down your throat. You know what I mean?
You have to give it to him, man. Big game player stepped up, man.
Manchester is blue, mate. I'm telling you now. You know that now, innit? You need to get off that. You need to get off that pedestal that you once was on and start to realise now. It might hurt.
Might have to win the Champions League.
That's not happening, mate. That is not happening because if you play us, you're going to get smoked. If you play Liverpool, you're going to get smoked.
You know what though? It's crazy though because the first half was even, and it looked a bit like. But then were Man City just strolling around in the first gear, or did they just step it up a little bit and show their class? That's why I just feel like, you know, we're so close, but yet so far. That's my United.
You're so far, man.
So that's what I mean. We're so far.
The first half, listen, we got an early goal, and then you got us on the counter attack. Great goal by Sancho, but he's like giving it all this and this.
Nah, come on, man. He had to do that. The way you kind of gave him the shit at Old Trafford and that, and called him a reject, City reject. He had to give it to you.
But at the end of the game, what did he look like? A prick. He just got beat 4-1.
Come on, man.
You can't be back. That's like me scoring a goal at Old Trafford when you get beat 4-1.
No, but he had to make it 1-1, though. To make it 1-1.
Yeah, but listen, you can't be that confident to do that.
Listen, it's, you know, certain fans when they treat you like that, and City fans are one of them. You've got to give it them the big one. You know, Adebayor did it to Arsenal. You know, right in front of them. Sometimes you've got to give that. I love that in a player. You want that in a player where you don't want Sancho to say like, you probably give me that shit, etc. Accept it. Sancho scored, but again, like I said to you, I didn't mean anything, did it? So I don't care.
Didn't mean now.
You know what I mean?
Listen, and obviously you're famous for the class of '92, but as Fuad said, the class of 92% possession now.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm getting a T-shirt made with 92% on it. Yeah, so you know what that means. So if you see me with that on, you know what that means because that is an unbelievable stat. That. Come on.
And also, by the way, man, leave Andy Tate alone, man, because you know what I mean. I know he said a few words.
Master plan, mate.
Andy Tate, I've got your back, man. Don't worry.
Andy Tate, mate. Listen, Andy Tate, yeah. Lickle City. Remember that? Lickle City. Well, Lickle City are just smoking you every season now. So that one's come back to bite you on the arse. And then it's all part of the master plan. Listen, Andy Tate, stop talking, our kid, because you're making yourself look a tool. Manchester is blue, yeah. Carry on stacking the shelves at Asda. Keep your nut down and keep wearing your Oldham.
Big up to Andy,
keep wearing the Oldham athletic hat. He's got more chance of success at Oldham at the minute than Man United. So he just needs to calm down, innit?
Now he said it after the Ronaldo. Newcastle
he got
derby.
gassed
Things
like
were,
you did.
yeah, but again, I know, but everyone was excited then.
No,
but you
but
guys
you-
are clipping him up now.
yeah, but
it's out of context. It's like you when you thought Ronaldo was going. You got put out of context.
I didn't know. That's not out of context. He literally came out the ground and went,
Yeah,
no, Gallagher,
true.
you thought he was going to get him. It's all part of the master plan.
You seen your video? Where's your picture gone? Your frame? That's why I seen you kissing No Gallagher's head.
You know what I mean? But listen, it is what it is. But listen,
Yeah.
if you're big enough to come with your chest, you're gonna have to take it at the end.
No,
of it,
you
innit?
got to take it. Like, big up to Andy Tate. Like I said to you, everybody's emotional now. Manchester is blue. You know what I mean? You have to admit it. We're a long way away from you, man. That's the sad reality for me. When I looked at that game, I thought, yeah, we're a million miles away.
Do you know what the part of the problem is though? The supporters, because you're too busy
Why is that?
protecting players.
Yeah, true.
And that's why
true.
you did diversion in your fan base. You've got a lot of the older fans who are like, look, these guys aren't good enough. We're used to a certain level at Man United, and this is what we demand. And you've got a lot of the younger fans coming through who haven't really been used to them levels of success, who are now like, you can't say that about Pogba, you can't say that about Bruno, but these guys can say that because they've seen better than that.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening now. There's a big divide down the middle. There's a lot of people getting gassed up, but them Glazers have got the best job in the world because they just throw you a bone and you're all over it. Oh shit, they're rioting, they're going to break in the stadium, we'll sign Ronaldo. You didn't even need Ronaldo.
No, we didn't. In hindsight now, I think it's a bad signing.
Year, but you got to a Europa League final, not a Champions League final, a Europa League final, You got to one of them, and then this season, look at the
you know, part of it, you know, I was speaking to your dad before, I think part of it, you know, Sir Ferguson, for me, was just a genius. I genuinely, when I look back on it now, I don't look back at how good the football club was run. I just look back on it and think, was Alex Ferguson just a genius? You know, looking at Pep Guardiola. That's why I think for me, when Pep Guardiola leaves, you've got to get the right manager after him. I know you've got a good structure, but Mancini, first good season, second season failed. Pellegrini the same. You know, lost it. You know, the league title to was it Leicester City? You know. Then you look at Pep Guardiola. Okay, he has a bad first season, but still gets fourth and then carries on there. There's a reason for me. Alex Ferguson for me was a genius to win the squad. You know, with the team he had cleverly in midfield. You know, you're looking at the 2010-11 team that he won. He had Michael Owen, a finished Michael Owen, but still chipped in with a few goals. You know, this is what I'm trying to talk to you about.
Fergie's different animal.
Fergie was a different animal. And I feel like for me, our success was built on Fergie, nobody else, mate. You could talk about the United history all you want.
But he was a
Busby
man management, man. It was a man management, Fergie. Could get the best out of players. This guy, Ralph, is doing his best. He's probably man management's a little bit better.
But for me, people like Rashford and that thinking they're better than what they are, and that, you know what I mean? It's like,
but people outside of Man United have been telling you about Marcus Rashford for 6 years, and Man United fans don't want to hear it. You think everyone's hating on you. It's not. It's in a football opinion. I can look at that Man United team now and I can tell you that 8, 9, 10 of them shouldn't be anywhere near a top 6 side, but you're playing them regular. That Wan-Bissaka, you signed him up. He was the best fullback in the world. We got Wan-Bissaka. Nobody else thought that, only you lot. And now you're proving it. Look at him. Look at him. You look at Lingard when he come off. We know he's going on a free. And you look at Rashford. If you're bringing them two on in a derby, 2 local lads to get you going, they didn't want to know.
They didn't want to know.
And that's why I stuck a bit up for McTominay. I know. Andy Tate's offered him out and that, but at the end of the day, I thought McTominay did all right. I thought at least he tried. He's not the best player in the world.
It's not the best player, but I don't think he has the quality. But then again, I think that's the problem where we're at, though.
You got
Rodri
on the bench.
Sorry,
Hannibal was on the bench.
I know. But
I watched him in the AFCON. He seemed decent.
Yeah, he did. The thing is, for me though, I think Ralph Rangnick is powerless because, you know, when Murto and the guys above are talking about the next generation of McTominay, Rashford, and whatnot, they've got this precedent that these guys have got to be the next generation. They've got to put them out there, and I feel like that's why Ralph Rangnick's powerless. But when I looked at the levels, man, I'm sorry, man. You know, you talk about McTominay, Rodri, Bernardo, De Bruyne. We've got Fred, McTominay, and that's just the difference, man. We used to have Paul Scholes, Roy Keane. I used to have Stephen Ireland. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's levels, isn't it?
There's a big game there for Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes to step up.
Yeah, they didn't.
If they're what Manchester United are pinning their hopes on, why are they not stepping up in a derby and at least, competing? You got beat 4-1, and for the last 15 minutes, I know Pogba wasn't on the pitch, for the last 15 minutes of the game, 92% possession to 8. And at the end of the day, Bruno Fernandes, it's all right when it's going well. It's all right when he's getting a lot of touches of the ball, and it's all right when he's scoring the odd goal and penalties and free. Great then. But when the chips
when he come with your team?
No. Where's he going to play? He don't get in as a Bernardo, He's definitely not getting ahead of De Bruyne.
No.
He hasn't got the work rate of Phil Foden.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he don't get in. Bernardo Silva ran 25 kilometres in 2 games.
I know.
But Bruno's
You know, he's more pivotal in the Portugal team than Bruno is.
Yeah, because listen, Bernardo Silva played central. Raheem Sterling was dropped for a reason because Raheem Sterling on Derby Day doesn't turn up. No. Wan-Bissaka's confident against him. No. But I tell you what, Bernardo and Grealish on that side done him in.
Especially Grealish, man. I got to hold my hands up, like I said to you. I never called him a flop. I never said that, but I said, has he underperformed at City?
Well, which I said we'll see at the end of the season.
We'll see it in the season, and you know what? Pep Guardiola is the man of all plans. He knows what to do. He knows when to bring players in. You know what I mean? He knows even when to bring Fernandinho in.
Played well last night, Fernandinho.
You know what I mean? Like I said, he knows when to play players in.
No, but we've got a good squad. If you look at our squad all the way down, and then you look at the squad behind it, and then you look at the youth players that are coming in. I think that weekend we've done you 5-1 in the kids' game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
To be fair though, we did rest a lot of players because we are in the FA Youth Cup final now. Big up to the kids, by the way.
You won't be winning that, will you?
Well, we'll see. Are you in the final as well?
I don't know.
Well, there you go then, isn't it? You know what I mean? Shout out to McNeil, you know what I mean, and whatnot. But like I said to you, it's clear as daylight. You know, City are clear. We have to just admit it. And until we get the right manager in, and not bloody...
I hope we get Pochettino.
Mate, honestly, if we get Pochettino, just honestly forget United. Just forget competing. And people can say, oh, well, you wanted 2 years ago. Well, 2 years ago, mate, you know what I mean? We were never in lockdown. You know what I mean? Like, people didn't know what this virus was.
He's not the answer, then.
He's not the answer, mate. I'm sorry.
Paris Saint-Germain fans are praying he goes.
Did you see Stuart?
Yeah, praying, mate. Stuart.
Big up to Stuart, man.
Big up Stuart, man. He's proper Paris, and he said that, you know.
He goes, sack him. He said it's sack him.
But I watched the Paris Saint-Germain Ultras last night, and they took a big firm over there. It was good, man. They deserved better. At the end of the day, it's like... They're like the Harlem Globetrotters, innit? They look very pretty on the eye.
That's the perfect analogy.
But when it comes to the crunch, I think anyone would fancy playing them.
Mate, you know what it is, yeah?
Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, there's no
Verratti,
work rate there. They don't want to work back, you know?
They don't want to work back, man. They're not fluid enough, you know what I mean? Like I said to you, they want to do, like Neymar for me, I think doesn't even look like he's bothered. Like, you know, yes, he got the assist and whatnot, and etc. etc. But when I look at him strolling around and that, it's like, you know, people put him against the likes of Ronaldinho, but Ronaldinho stepped up in big games, mate.
Yep.
Respect Ronaldinho, people. You know, when I look at Neymar, I just think for me, and I looked at the documentary. Did you watch the documentary, by the way? He looked a bit sorry for himself.
It's a bit weird for me.
You know what I mean? It's like he's arguing with his dad and that, and I was just like, get a grip, man. Like, where's your fight? Where's your, you know?
I think it's gone out of him, innit? I think they start off a young, hungry kid in Brazil. They work their way up. They get the big move. And then you either go one or two ways. You either stay hungry and humble and want to be the best in the world and fight for it, or you think, I'm comfortable now and maybe just get a little bit.
I think he's a top player, man.
He just doesn't. I don't think he's been coached right, and that's not. I'm not disrespecting coaches, obviously at Barca and things like that, but I just think that, you know, sometimes he does things the wrong way around. He'll do a flick and a step over when you don't need to do it.
Yeah, of course.
And then he just does.
He gets rattled a lot as well. He gets rattled a lot.
Well, City rattled him up.
Yeah.
Way to beat PSG is rattle him up because he spends more time on the floor. He's rolling around.
Boy, did they get rattled, mate. Boy, did they get rattled.
They don't like it. In France, they get their own way week in and week out. So when they get to
but they're getting beat by like nonce and that, you know, like not that word, but you know what I mean, nonce.
Nonce or nonce?
Nonce. TES.
All right.
Don't want to get cancelled on the stream, but yeah, go on.
No, I'm just saying it is what it is. Like you say, with Paris Saint-Germain, there's a lot of problems there. They've had a couple of high-profile managers there that haven't got it right. There's an ego problem there, do you think?
Messi. I mean, bloody hell, mate.
But Thomas Tuchel, he got there, and basically what the Paris Saint-Germain fans are saying to me is the players are running the club.
Yeah.
The manager can't handle it.
No.
Tuchel couldn't handle it.
No.
Pochettino can't handle it. And I tell you what, I bet there's a lot of managers looking at that job and thinking, don't fancy it.
No, of course not. It's for me, it's a cesspit.
Because if Pep Guardiola had that job, they'd be ripping him apart. How's he not won the Champions League? How's he not won the league? How's he not won the treble? How's he not won the... He's got Mbappe and Neymar. He's got Messi. Why ain't he doing it? Why ain't he doing it?
Bayern Munich team that he had,
now, he's got all the riches in the world, can't get a tune out of him.
No. And I think, do you feel like Messi's been a flop of the season?
Well,
2 goals.
It's Lionel Messi, yeah, it's, of course.
2 league goals.
If Messi came to the Premier League, signed for City and got 2 goals, wow.
I know. And you know what though? Like, you know, speaking to your dad before, he was saying maybe Guardiola convinced Messi not to come to the Premier League because he thought, you know, he hasn't got that kind of like, you know, instinctive.
I do think he's not the same Messi, and I think you look at Ronaldo this season, the pace of the
era.
Premier League has whether you like it or not, it's a bit faster.
But if you look at Bernardo running, how many kilometres did he say?
25 kilometres in 2 games.
Come on, mate.
It's like nearly 7 miles a game.
Come on, mate. And you know what it is, yeah? It's not all about the hard yards. You have to have the quality in that.
Yeah, of course.
But to get to the hard yards, you've got to be pressing. You've got to be... Teams now are machines.
You know what puzzled me about United, right? First like 20 minutes, De Gea was dinking that ball out and you were getting out and a bit up the pitch.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it was like Ralph said, play it from the back. So then he'd knock it to Maguire or Lindelof, and within 10 seconds, City was on you that much. We had the ball back.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
that's scary. You're not going to beat City's press. Launch it. Launch it to Sancho.
Yeah, I know. But the problem is, though, we didn't have a striker up front to hold it.
I'd have launched it. I'd have just tried to get it. Yeah, but if the ball's in that half of the field, it ain't in your net.
I know. So, but then the other problem with that is City get the ball back and Kyle Walker's down.
It's better City getting the ball back in our own half than City getting the ball back on the 12-yard line where we was.
True, yeah, that is true.
And that's why I was thinking, because the guy next to me said to me, fucking hell, let United play like this, it suits us right into our hands.
Yeah.
They thought they could pass through us. Yeah.
Mate, and when you look at Pochettino now, failed again, you know...
Listen, you know my feelings on him. I've always said
Is this another Bielsa then?
What did I say on this show? 3 frauds. Bielsa, Pochettino and Tuchel. So Bielsa's gone. Yeah. So everyone's now agreeing with me with that.
Yeah, with that
Pochettino, now they're all agreeing with me with that. It's only Tommy tapping, and now Tommy can't get any pies or any hot dogs or any signings. He's going to fucking... What's Tommy going to do now? You know what I mean? He could just be thinking, nah, I don't want this job.
You know what? We are going to touch on the Chelsea subject, but for me, Pochettino, United fans, I'm sorry.
Who's the right man for
I'll back him if he comes. For me, it's Ten Hag, because I look at what he's doing at Ajax.
I don't think he's going to come.
I know, but like I said to you, man, you've got to go and get him.
If Ten Hag goes to Manchester United, he's ruined his career, I think. It's too big of a build.
It needs structure. He does need the structure. But for me, if we go and get Pochettino, we're set back another 3 years, because I just don't think he... You know, for me, he had that great season with Tottenham and got them wherever, Champions League final. But I'm sorry, that was a time when United should have gone and got him. You know, when he was hot. 2019-20, when he come out of Tottenham, he was like relieved, right, take a little break. He came on Sky Sports begging for the job. That was a moment to go and give him the job. Ollie wasn't doing any wonders at United. Now, I'm sorry, it's like with the iPhone. Do you keep the old update or do you go and get the new update? You go and get the new update. You don't keep the old one. You go and get the new one, and that is Ten Hag. Pochettino is old news, people. He's a good manager, but he can't compete against Klopp, Guardiola. For me, they're the two. Tuchel give and go because they always change managers. But they're the biggest two. He can't compete with them, mate. I'm sorry, he can't. And yesterday, he didn't make a substitution to the 75th minute. He never changed it once. The team... Okay, they capitulate, but as a manager, you've got to get a grip of these players. You've got to get a grip of him, and he didn't all that game.
He's scared to drop certain players in that team. That's a problem.
And what will he do at United? Keep Maguire, keep certain players on the pitch.
I think United's problems. There's a lot of players there that just need to go now.
Get rid of them, mate.
It's going to be a make or break summer for Man United. You've kept hold of Mata too long. You've kept hold of Matic too long.
He's still here.
You're giving these 1 year deals to Phil
Look
Jones.
at Shaw now.
Shaw's had, how long Shaw been at United?
7-8 years, yeah.
He's had 1 good 6 months. Regardless of what Man United fans say, Luke Shaw has had 1 good 6 months, but in that 6 months, they gassed him up to the best left back in the league. This is what Man United supporters do. This is what I'm saying.
Not anymore, man. Not anymore. Like I said to you,
stop it.
We've had enough now. This is a time now where United fans need to come together and say, you know what, enough is enough now. And for me, like I said to you, when you see what you guys are doing in your blue side of Manchester, and what we're doing, it's poles apart, people. And for me, like I said to you, I'm just saying to United fans, no to Pochettino, please. United, if you ever, you know, because they look at social media, because they had the amount of they had some stat on their bio, and then when United were doing badly, they took it off. So they're watching social media, and for me, like I said to you, Pochettino isn't the answer right now. But again, I don't know what is. But like I said, you look at Ten Hag, you need the right structure, don't you? So again,
Ten Hag has built a great squad, and they all play the Ten Hag way. And that I just fear that if United do get Ten Hag, they're not going to have the patience, the fans, with him.
No.
To get Ten Hag to play Ten Hag football, it's going to take at least 2 years.
2 years easily.
So if he comes in at Man United and you cop for a couple of bad results, are they going to be saying get him out, get him out, get him out? You know what I mean? I think the Glazers were hoping that Ralph Rangnick turn the team around and they give him the job. Because all this interim seems a bit bullshit to me. I don't think they've got a plan B.
No. And you know what? If I'm being honest with you, my unpopular opinion is I'd rather give it to Rangnick than Pochettino, mate. I'm telling you. I'll be serious. I'd rather, because at the end of the day, at least Rangnick's calling out people. He's saying it how it is. He's being honest. You know, you're looking at Ronaldo. I didn't know where he was. You know, I mean, he's on holiday somewhere.
But even that, for Man United, Fergie would never have that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Cavani doing fake injuries.
If he came in and fucked off to
imagine that,
Portugal,
even Guardiola.
Yeah, he wouldn't have
someone
that.
saying you're ready, and then one on the day of the match, Cavani, I'm not feeling great.
Yeah, he don't want to play for you anymore. That's what I'm saying. It's all right him screaming when he scores and like grabbing the badge and that, as if he's all passionate in front of the fans. It's all fake. It's all fake bollocks, man. Don't fall for the shit. Yeah. At the end of the day, when the chips are down in a Manchester derby, he went missing, and Ronaldo went and had a shower.
Well, them showers as well, by the way.
Them shower videos are a bit mad, mate.
A bit creepy, man.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I know there's fetishes out there, but you know what I mean? We don't want to be seeing that, man. But anyway, let's move on to Chelsea. I don't know if we should have a minute silence for Chelsea.
Listen, there's a lot of gremlins out there today that are really, really wild. So all you gremlins out there, calm down, man.
Don't be print more t-shirts, man.
Don't be eating chicken after midnight, yeah. Don't be going anywhere near the water. Don't be swinging off the lampshades. Listen, just calm down a little bit. Turn back into gizmo mode, innit?
Yeah.
Get back in your box in the little store in Chinatown and just calm down. We don't want gremlins running around here, do we?
Mate, listen,
We've
gremlins,
them
mate.
Up enough this season.
They need to find a hiding place, because it's breaking news, people. Roman Abramovich has been sanctioned by the government and his assets.
Frozen,
mate. Frozen. They can't buy any players. They can't sell them unless you're out of contract. You know what I mean? They can't sell
merchandise.
No puka pies.
No puka pies. No Chelsea Cobham hot dogs.
No car park. You know what I mean? That car park that they had. You know what I mean? It's crazy. When you look at Chelsea right now, you know, they have to...
To be honest, it's unfair, man.
But unfair. Is it though?
It's not Chelsea's fault. It's not the fans' fault. It's not the people that work their fault. It's not their fault. They just happen to be owned by a guy that's got links to a bad guy, right? I get that. But this is a sticky situation now.
It is.
And they're going to get no sympathy from the footballing world at
all. Mate.
They're going to get ripped apart. But
listen, they were relevant because of Abramovich. So that's why they don't get sympathy.
But to be fair, they have built a good football club there. They have won literally everything you can win. They're champions of Europe. So this is a bit mad, this. But what gets me is they're not even letting them sell the club. But that can't go on.
Apparently they say that they can sell it, but Abramovich has to literally show everything that he's got, so all his financial assets and whatnot, he has to put it out there.
I think Abramovich got word of this a good week ago.
Of course.
He tried to shift it into the Chelsea Trust, didn't he?
There you go, and make them...
he tried to do it. But listen, it is what it is, and it's going to be crazy. But listen, as a footballing man, I sympathise with the Chelsea fans and the supporters. It's not the way to go. And listen, I'd be worried. If it was City, I'd be worried. And at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen, but the sooner the club can get bought,
they could end up.
The government
It says here the sanctions could be reviewed in May, but they can be elongated. And it also says by the end of it, they could be in administration. They will receive a 9-point penalty. Administration, Chelsea Football Club.
Listen, you know every fan in the world is going to be trying to get that done.
You know what I mean? But you know what it is though? It's all right for clubs like, you know, Derby and all these clubs, Bury and all that, you know what I mean, to get administration. But as soon as Chelsea do a bit of dodgy stuff, and then their owner's a bit dodgy.
But this is linked to Putin and the war. So
there you go.
But this is nothing to do. Derby County was just run badly. Didn't spend the money right and all that. And then Bury was run by a dickhead who just took all the money out. Abramovich hasn't run that club like a dickhead. Chelsea as a football club are making money. They're self-sufficient. It's just that they're freezing his assets. So basically, to stop him pulling any money out of Chelsea and living, they're going to have to freeze Chelsea. But they should allow him to sell it. He should now have, in my opinion, a 30-day window to get rid of Chelsea Football Club and wash his hands of it.
No, but the thing is that's the issue though. It's how he washes it, and I think the Premier League would be like, you know what? No, we've got enough data, we've got enough situation. We can see it in black and white what you've been doing, mate, and it's dodgy. And you know what, mate? You're gonna have to. We're freezing your assets. I think end of the day, he's got to appeal, etc., etc. He will appeal. But in the day, I think Premier League have got their own adventure as well. Don't get it twisted. The Premier League and the government, they've got their own kind of venture as to what they want to do. But bottom line is though, Chelsea, you're in the mud. You are in the mud, mate. 2003 you were formed, and 2022, it could be over, mate.
This is
coming
from a Man United fan here.
Listen, I'm lapping it up here because these Chelsea fans here, these born again Chelsea fans, mate. They all supported Arsenal.
Matisse, sort him out, man.
Listen, they all supported Arsenal, yeah? And Matisse is another one, mate. Live at Chelsea. You can't accept that,
that was an all-time low in...
You know what I mean? You can't accept that.
That was an all-time low in the Big Six.
Live at Chelsea, said, yeah. Most of these lot were Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? Like I said, a little sympathy from me. You know, maybe to the die-hard fans that were there from day one. I get that. It's nothing to do with you. But as a football club, you're all in one, mate. And it's as simple as that. Roman Abramovich... You're in the mud, mate. You're in the mud. So we'll have to see how this one develops, man. But it is massive, massive news, people. Chelsea Football Club have been sanctioned. Do you know what I mean? And we'll see how this develops. Do you actually think, though, it's all just like, news? You know how the Super League, it all happened and all of a sudden...
No, I think it's serious. I do think it's serious. And I think it's just unfortunate that it's happened to a football club. But listen... It's real life, man. There's some serious shit going on in the world.
Serious, man.
If this guy's got sort of links to it or whatever, and they feel it's right to freeze his assets, then look, I'm just concentrating on the football. But it's for me as a football fan. I feel sorry for other football fans, but listen, I'm sure the truth will come out, and we'll find out
the truth will always come out, man. The truth will always come out. So we'll have to see what happens with that one. But I want to talk to you about the striker options available to Man City.
Yeah.
Haaland, Lewandowski. Lewandowski, see the hat-trick in 11 minutes.
Great.
Deadly. You know what I mean? My little brother said to me, I'd rather go and get him for 2 seasons.
No.
The only one man.
We only buy players who stay, to try and keep them players at the club for 8, 9, 10 years. We don't buy old players. Do you know what I mean? We buy Ruben Diaz, we buy Jack Grealish. You know what I mean?
You know what, to be fair, you don't buy old players.
We don't buy old players. That's why when people were gassing Ronaldo, I said it just doesn't happen. It's not the model of the City model. They have a model. We've got Alvarez from River Plate.
Yeah, River Plate,
He's still scoring goals. Technically, he looks brilliant. He's a young player. He's a South American Player of the Year. We've signed him for a snip. We know he's coming pre-season. He's going to be around the first team next season. And then there's one big striker coming. I hope and pray, and what I've been told, it's the Norwegian fella that'd do me, suit me to the ground. But there's one striker coming. There's a reason we didn't get who we needed to get this year. How we're top of the league and doing what we're doing with no striker is mad. Because I often think in games, if we had a striker or a gunman there,
deadly.
We'd be deadly.
Deadly, mate.
We're still scoring 4, 5, 6s with no striker, but I'm telling you, next season will be the season.
But the thing is, though, with the Haaland situation, though, he has got these weird little injuries, and a lot of people are saying that they're concerned by.
I think. Do you know what I think with him? I think he's a mad specimen of a bloke. Have you seen the size?
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen the muscle on him?
Yeah, of course.
He's growing all the time.
Yeah, of course.
So I just think as he's growing as an adult and getting mature, he's playing a lot of games of football, and I think he's going to pick up these little niggles. I just think City. There's a rumour that City have requested the medical records to see what it's about. Because if you listen, it is what it is. Clubs sign players with medical histories that are crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Listen, he's a young guy. You know what I mean? He looks in tip-top shape. City will just sign him regardless. No one's worried about them injuries, man.
No, 100%. For me, like I said to you, you know what I mean. It's going to be an interesting one. United will have 2 strikers out. You know, this summer will be the summer strikers.
Who's United going to go for?
Listen, mate, you need to get rid of them. Most of them.
Rashford's got to go.
Ronaldo's got to go. Ronaldo's got to go. Cavani. Yep, Cavani. You know, Pogba will be leaving anyway for free.
Your other one's in the nick with Mender.
Well, yeah.
So you know you've got you need strikers, man.
We need strikers.
Is there anyone in the Premier? I've got a feeling.
I'm looking at Harry Kane.
I've got a feeling Harry Kane go United.
You know what, Harry Kane. But then again, if obviously Pochettino link, it could happen. But also Ten Hag's got Sebastian Haller who's similar age to Harry Kane, and he's doing bits for Ten Hag. But again, it's Kane.
Kane's
it's
the man.
got it's got to be Kane, but he's scoring goals for fun.
United, if
and
United
guess who's
sign
coming?
Kane,
Who we got on the weekend? Tottenham Hotspur
where at?
At Old Trafford. So if Toby, you're coming, mate, you know what I mean?
You're gonna get beat, I think.
Hey,
You're gonna get beat.
I know. I genuinely think I cannot see Harry Maguire stopping Harry Kane. I can't see it. And you know what, mate? It's getting scary, man. Top 4, mate. It's getting scary, and Harry Kane.
Do you think United's got to throw another 300 million at it in the summer, at least?
You're taking a piss now.
I just think they have. Do you?
But we spent
How much
3
is Kane
4.
gonna cost?
We've spent $1 billion. You spent $1 billion. How many trophies have you got?
Oh, we got a lot more than you.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's about getting players out first. If you told me you're getting about 10, you get rid of 10 players, and you bring in Ten Hag, and then you go for it from there, and you bring a bit of youth players in, honestly, I would take that, because I just feel like sometimes you got to cleanse. You know, to get back to, you know, when an addict goes into rehab, they've got, you know, you've got to have that rehabilitation.
You're saying you're in rehab now?
We are. I'm a United addict. You know, these players have got to go into rehab, because at the end of the day, they're just not good enough. They need to be mentored. They need to be whatever. Their mind needs to be trained.
What about Le Pogboom?
Le Pogboom's going anyway. Vive la France, innit? You know what I mean? He's going back
He's
to...
had you right over.
Listen, man, you know what I mean? Like I said
told
to
you before, go to any Man United fan and say, tell me 5 memorable things Paul Pogba's done.
No. Listen, we're not going to do that, because at the end of the day, you
can't
can't do that when a club has failed for the last 10 years.
You can't blame
the
club, mate.
David De Gea can get away with it because he's a keeper.
David Gea saves your life every game.
Yeah, there you go.
Paul Pogba strolls about, knocks a few passes about.
No, he's a quality player, but again, he does it for France because he's in the right environment. It's all about the environment you're in, and you know, when you look at certain players, you look at Man City, the recruitment, the manager, everything here is in sync, and that's what United have failed to do.
Imagine if City got Pogba just for the buzz.
You know what? If he honestly, mate,
I personally wouldn't want Pogba in City's team.
Mate, listen, him and De Bruyne
I'm just thinking for the buzz.
For the buzz, mate. Yo, listen, at 29, what he could give you for
he's going Real Madrid, I think.
You know what? I think he'll stay in the Premier League, you know.
Nah.
I genuinely... Listen, mate, La Liga...
Who's going to go?
La Liga's good, yeah. La Liga's good.
Who's Pogba going to go to?
He's not the French league.
Who's Pogba going to go? He might go to Paris Saint-Germain.
That's a pony league, man. That is the Farmers League.
Yeah, but that's Paris Saint-Germain and all that. And Paris are about that, aren't they? They're picking the names. It's not about the football or the players, it's the names.
Why would you want to be... That league, yeah, for me, like I said to you, why that Champions League, why they get in this position? Because they can't handle the intensity of other leagues, the Spanish league, the Premier League. They can't handle it. That league for me is pony. I'm sorry. Yes, respect to the French team, but it's not got the same feel. The Premier League is the creme de la creme. It's where you want to be. And these players just don't have it. I'm sorry. They don't.
Can you imagine Pogba in midfield with Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri? So Rodri will be looking after him. And De Bruyne are in front, just knocking it about. That's what you get. Because when you look at United,
and also management.
Fred.
Yeah.
But
what about if Alex Ferguson? If he'd have stayed under Alex Ferguson?
Well, Fergie fucked him off, didn't he?
But there you go.
Because he wanted to leave, innit? So he went.
But he didn't take his... I think he made a mistake there. Okay, he developed at Juventus, but if he'd have just been more patient. But then again, no, because I remember that game. Phil Jones and Raphael played in midfield, and he was on the bench. It's like you lot, you know what I mean? It's like a player that plays for you lot. You're thinking, Foden's thinking,
we played a young kid last night at right back, Egan Riley.
Yeah, good player.
Played well, really steady. Obviously, right back at City, they've Kyle Walker, Cancelo.
But he's getting old though, isn't it?
Yeah, but he came in, he did all right. They got McAtee, got a full half. And then they've got a big centre half called Mbite. He made his Champions League debut last night.
And Scott Carson as well.
I've got to have a special mention for Scott Carson. Scott Carson came off the bench, man. They were singing England's number one. England's number one. And singing Carson, give us a wave. And they went through 1-on-1 though, and he saved it.
And apparently he got injured.
He did. But you know what, Scott Carson, I think he's a really important part of Man City's squad because he helps Ederson and Zach Steffen. They always say that Scott Carson, he knows he's never going to play.
Yeah, of course.
But you know what I mean.
You always need that person though in the back rooms, like you know
he's got a Champions League medal. He was in the Liverpool squad, wasn't he? That won the Champions League, Carson.
There you go.
But listen, it was a mad one last night, but we're through.
You're through.
When do you play?
We're playing next week, so this is the week that could decide our season. Really, we beat Tottenham. we're almost half-hearted still in the top 4 race, even though for me, I think psychologically it's done. And the Champions League's up next Wednesday, so next Manc talk, I could be in the mud. And you could be here, you know what I mean? Might have to
yeah. When's the draw then?
And the Friday, next Friday.
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Anyone?
Look at this guy, man. For a club that's not won a Champions League, anyone.
No, it doesn't matter about the draw, does it? You're going to have to play everyone at some point.
Yeah.
Do you know who I want?
Who?
Liverpool.
What, you know what is it? Why are you so obsessed with Liverpool? Your rivalry. Why is it?
No,
is it because Grizz is like?
I want them. No, because listen, playing you's not really an issue anymore, is it? That's like playing like Malmo or something.
Chill.
Do you know what I mean? But let's play Liverpool. Let's do this European thing at Anfield and all that again. Let's go there.
Don't get clipped, man.
Don't be smashing the
Don't get
bus
clipped.
up. Don't be smashing the bus up now.
Don't get clipped.
But no,
Steve.
let's play them. Let's play them. Listen, 2 best teams in England. Get them in the Champions League. Let's go. I'd rather play.
Do
Liverpool.
an Andy Tate now.
Nah, I ain't doing all that shit, mate.
We got Andy Tate, man. We got Andy Tate, but yeah. Who you got this weekend?
We got Palace on Monday.
Ooh,
I know,
you're not doing it.
about
Are you doing the Man City thing or?
Nah, Man City want me to go down. I drive down in the car with a camera crew.
South East London, man, it's a long trip.
I was like, so the game finishes at 10:30 and you want me to drive home? Like 4 in the morning. I was like, I've got a life.
Yeah. Now, Steve, man, you need to enjoy it.
Listen, I've got 2 tickets in there, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know whether I'm going to wake up. I don't know if I'm going to wake up on Sunday and drive down and go. I don't know whether I'm going to get up on Monday and go. I don't know whether I'm going to leave it. I just don't know what I'm going to do. But I've told you weeks ago about this game.
Tough. This is the banana skin game. Elise is a very good player. You know what I mean? Crystal Palace. Vieira, you know, it's one of them bogey teams. I think Crystal Palace for you is that bogey team. It is, isn't it? Because you've drawn a couple of times at their ground. You've lost twice in the last couple of years at home.
Listen, what keep getting in my mind is when Liverpool lost the title and Suarez and that was crying on the pitch. I'm like, I don't
crying this week.
I don't want to be seeing that.
Yeah. Now you know what? It's that derby
turn
day.
Up, win the game, and move on.
Yeah.
If we can get to the Liverpool game, as we are now, 3 points ahead, then it's game on. If they beat us, they go level. If we beat them, we're 6. And then
they've got a good away record. I don't think they've got a bad. They've got a bad. I think they've got a bad home record.
Liverpool ain't playing that well.
Hey,
Liverpool ain't playing that well.
No, they're not. They're getting away with it.
West Ham should have got a point.
Inter
Milan beat them the other night.
Yeah. Who they got? Who they got? Liverpool.
Brighton, I think.
Brighton. You know what? Listen, they lost last year. That's down there. They lost, didn't they? Was it a draw? They lost. I'm sure they lost.
They're going to the wire. It's going to the wire.
It's going to the wire, mate. The Premier League is hotting up. The top 4 is hotting up. Arsenal are doing bits. So we're gonna find out, people. But this has been the Manc Talk. Big up to everybody who's watching. Like the video, people. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you keep subscribing to the channel. Big things are coming. Steve, make sure you're on City Extra the other day. You know what I mean? Big up to them.
Yeah, I was on City Extra the other day on a Tuesday. I think that might be a regular thing, seeing me on City Extra Tuesday. Obviously, we're back on the Big 6. Should we touch on the Big 6?
No, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, Big 6 show was an emotional one the other night.
Yeah.
For them that didn't know, I left the Big 6 show for various reasons.
Yeah, and they didn't tell me.
Well, listen, I'm back now. Listen, watch the Big 6 show from 13 minutes and you'll see the entrance. But it was a serious
Did you really consider it? Like,
I was gone, mate. I wasn't coming back. You know that, innit?
You know what? You did say it on the Insta Live. That's what I knew.
I wasn't coming back. I wasn't interested in it. I just didn't need it. I just felt like I couldn't express my opinion without people saying, oh, he's saying that because of this, he's saying that because of that. And it's not the case, you know what I mean? But big up to Turkish who addressed it. Big up to yourself, Matisse and Grizz, who had their... I told you the other day, I had 762 messages of support from all over the world, and I replied to every single one of them.
But also, it's a kind of a feeling of, for me, you know, because I want to talk about, like, you know, a lot of people don't talk about online abuse and about trolls and all that. You don't really know it until you're in it, and it's like...
And people go, oh yeah, you can't take it. It's not about you can't take it.
Online because in real life,
every day.
You know, it's not like that, is it though?
But when they're coming for your family members who have nothing to do with that, when they're coming for your kids, when they're coming for your businesses, when they're trying to find... That's just weird shit, that. And some people don't need this YouTube for day-to-day life. My life outside of YouTube's good. So if I turn the switch off YouTube today, wouldn't affect my life one bit. I do this for entertainment. We do this for people. We've helped a lot of people in lockdown. And if you can't be respectful, then, you know what I mean, we don't want to know. And now at the Big 6 show, if any sign of disrespect to anyone on that 6, you're going to be blocked. IP addresses and that. We've got police things we can put into folders for the police. These all new online laws.
And also this Manc talk as well is always respectful. Obviously blue and red.
On your channel and my channel, that people follow us, and that's how it is. If you like someone, follow him. If you don't like someone, don't follow him. Don't go on there. I was on City Extra the other night. There's a Liverpool fan in the chat. Liverpool are playing, by the way. Giving us abuse. I'm thinking, so Man City, he's obviously on his mind that much that his team are playing, he's not watching it. And I don't get it. Listen, I know a lot of them are kids, I get that, but people out there, if you're in a chat and someone's being abusive, out him out. Just say we don't want that, because you're gonna lose. We've lost a lot of YouTubers through mental health.
We have. A lot of people don't want to talk about that.
We've had people that have died. You're affecting people's lives. At the end of the day, you know, the human beings, if you don't like them, don't watch them, don't abuse them. And that's all I always say. And at the end of the day, because you're going to see your favourite YouTubers switch off, and you're going to be like, where did he go? And it's
100%.
He's gone because 100%. He's getting abuse and that. And at the end of the day, I can take abuse. You can call me city bastard, whatever you want to call me, I'm not arsed. But there's a level of it. When you're bringing children involved and stuff like that, it's not me. Listen, don't get me wrong, the abuse I received is nothing to the abuse he receives. The abuse he receives is borderline sickening, and that from his own supporters, and that needs to stop. But at the end of the day, we keep on moving and that. And
no, 100%. Big up to the people watching, you get me? Like I said to you, we're all just here, you know what I mean, watching and just talking about football that we love. And that's what it's all about.
There's a lot of people, though, that watch our shows that don't message. Them messages I got was like, I love you, I love Saeed, I've never messaged before, but I feel like I had to message to tell you how loved you are. And don't get me wrong, for every troll there's 100 people
and that's the bigger picture.
You know
what I mean? We always want to try and focus on the positivity and focus on the people that are supporting us, and that's the main thing. So big up to everybody who's watching. This has been the Manc Talk. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Big Steve MCFC, and we'll see you